Hey guys, welcome to class. For those of you who are new, my name is Shelly and I am the founder of Hot House Yoga in Ormond Beach, Florida. Today we're going to do some vinyasa. And I was thinking about how I wanted to start off class. And so I pulled a card this morning out of a oracle deck, and it's called the Enlighten Up. If you've ever seen it, I picked it up one time when we were on a trip to Sedona, and it just has a great read to it. And so what I pulled was growth. We are on earth to grow. We, of course, grow older and grow bigger, but this is not about that as much as it is about our internal growth. We are speaking of wisdom. A wise person knows that they know nothing. Staying open and humble, non-judgmental keeps us free. And we are here to let go of the ego. We are here to bring heaven to earth. It is through our growing awareness of who we are that we will do this. No need to defend or argue. All we need to do this is allow the perfection of the universe to fill our being and stay present. That is growth, not needing to do anything other than that. So with that said, I think we're going to start off in a forward fold at the top of the mat. And I'd like you to keep your attention on the third chakra, the core, and its relationship to earth. And it has all of these senses attached to it, much like the ocean has its senses, the river has its, the wind, the moon, the sun. So keeping that in mind, can we start to flow more in the rhythm of nature and less in our minds? Okay? So with that said, start off in your forward fold at the top of the mat. Allow your head to hang like a ripe fruit. Separate your feet if it's necessary and just start to breathe in and out. Now, since the chest is pressing on the thighs, start to breathe more into the back body and imagine that the third chakra is kind of going towards the ceiling and out, creating some space. Now, on the next breath, elongate your spine. You can keep your knees bent if you'd like. Now, all you're going to do is walk your fingertips over towards the right side of the room. Now, both knees are bent, so sort of exaggerate the rounding in the left side body, and then straighten the left leg to support that. And keep your head and your neck soft. Still breathing into the back body. And then maybe you explore if the weight's too much into the heels of the feet needs to come forward or vice versa. And we're going to come back to center. Again, put a generous bend in your knees and then walk your fingertips over towards the left side of the room. And your knees are bent. So really play with, and I mean that generously, moving your right side body until you get the stretch you're really seeking, and then straighten the right leg. Again, look down. Try not to let your eyes strain your neck. One more breath. And we're going to come back to center. Inhale, you will lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, again, fold chest to thighs. Inhale, sweep your arms up nice and high. Allow the palms to touch and lean up towards the thumbs at the same time. Exhale, swan dive. Bring the fingertips all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. The right leg is going to come back. From here, drop the right knee down to the ground and just elongate the spine. Open up and stretch out that right thigh bone. Then on the next breath, straighten the front leg. So you can straighten the hamstring. Push through the heel of the foot. Keep looking in the direction you want to go in, which is forward. On the next breath, we're going to lean forward again. Place the right hand on the mat. Sweep your left arm up towards the sky and then reach back. Grab the heel of the foot. Pull it in and get the psoas stretch. So now lean forward a little bit more. Open up the chest. On your next breath, release the foot. Sweep your left arm up and over. Place the left hand on the mat where the left leg will come back to meet the right. Here you are, high plank. Lower yourself down into low plank. Inhale into up dog. Now hold the up dog so you get that nice front body stretch. If it's too much, then just modify appropriately. Everybody knows where their edge is. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Walk it out nice and slow. Push through the heels of the feet. Heel, ball, and toe until the body starts to soften even more. Even though your attention is on your feet, can you still keep your upper body, your shoulder girdle integrated? On the next breath, inhale the right leg up. Bring it through to the top of the mat. Again, lower the left knee down to the ground. And here you are, just sort of soften into the stretch. You know, sometimes Vinyasa gets a bad rap because it has so many different lineages to it. So some people teach it really fast, some people teach it really slow, some people are really creative. Lean back with the right leg. Push through the heels of the foot. What I love about Vinyasa, so to speak, is it allows me to explore with little rules. Lean forward. As the left hand stays down, you'll sweep the right arm up, and then you're going to reach back. Just open it up, pull the heel in, and get the stretch. You may need to lean back a little bit if it's too much pressure. And then as the body softens, you can lean forward more, more, and more. Release the left foot down to the ground. Sweep the right arm all the way up. From here, you'll engage the left leg. And again, the right leg is going to come back to meet the left. You're in downward facing dog. Come into high plank. Exhale into low plank. Inhale into up dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Keep working on your shoulder girdle staying integrated even though the feet are moving. And this time the left leg will come up towards the sky. As the left leg comes through to the top of the mat, think about looking forward yet again. The right foot will meet the left at the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, folding chest to thighs. Inhale, sweep your arms up nice and high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen. Let's bring the left leg back. Crescent lunge. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Lean forward, runner's lunge. Now watch this knee. You want it to go towards the baby toe versus coming inward. That's going to help keep the hips even to each other as your fingertips are coming forward. Reach the right arm towards the back of the mat. And then once again, you're going to come into a warrior two, so adjust your back foot, open it up. You're looking over the middle finger. Peaceful warrior, let the left arm fall towards the floor as the right arm comes up and over, and then look all the way towards the back foot at the same time, and then sink into the right leg. Side angle stretch. The right hand's going to come down to the mat. Oh, enjoy the stretch. Keep working on opening yourself all the way up. The left arm's going to come forward towards the top of the mat. Get a nice stretch from here. As the left hand comes down to the mat, you're going to skandasana over towards the left foot. As you come up onto the ball of this foot, just sort of sink your pelvic bowl just enough so you can start to feel a stretch within the groin of the right side body. Now, you can stay with spider fingers. You can drop your forearms down to the ground. What I love about this particular pose is that there's a connection between my inner thighs and my lower back. So a lot of times if your lower back is tight, your groin muscles may be tight as well, and finding a way to stay connected and releasing those is very helpful. One more breath here. Next transition is you're going to come right into a lunge on this side. So the left foot is now going to be at the top of the mat. Adjust your back foot. Crescent lunge, inhale the arms up. Same intention, just the opposite direction. Sinking into it. Now sometimes in a vinyasa class where people feel like we're moving too fast, so today we're just sort of taking the time to feel grounded and feel the growth we've created. Runner's lunge, the fingertips comes forward. Getting solid in our feet as the left arm comes back. Squaring off the hips and pulling on the belly button. We drop the right foot. Warrior two, open it all the way up. Enjoy the stretch. Peaceful warriors, the right arm comes down and the left arm comes up. So look towards the right foot. Now as you do that though, keep bending deeper into your left leg at the same time. Side angle stretch. The left arm comes to the top of the mat. You place it right next to the left foot as the right arm comes up towards the sky. And then keep working on, we talk about this all the time, drawing the hips into the midline. Try not to back bend while we're in this pose at the same time. The right arm comes forward. Sink your hips a little bit more. The transition is to skandasana over towards the right foot. Same intention. You can come all the way up onto the ball of the foot. Leave your hands out in front of you. Bring your awareness to the groin muscle. So there's this gracilis that goes to the knee, feels like a guitar string, all the way into the pelvic bowl. That'll distract you from feeling any energy in your toes at the same time. And on the next breath, we're going to go right back into a crescent lunge. So your fingertips will come to the top of the mat. Adjust your right foot. One more time, sweep your arms up nice and high. Keep sinking into that right leg a little bit more. And again, runner's lunge, reach forward. Now, just as we did on the other side, the right arm is going to come back. You're going to adjust your back foot, come into warrior two. As you go into your peaceful warrior, the left arm comes down and the right arm comes all up towards the side. Now straighten your front leg, straight-legged triangle. Reach that right arm all the way towards the top of the mat. The right arm is going to come down and your left arm will come all up towards the sky. The left arm is going to come forward towards the top of the mat. Now bring the left hand down to the mat. You go into a wide-legged straddle from here. So you just turn that right foot in. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So feel your sit bones starting to separate, which will also release the lower back. And then exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, soften. On the next breath, your fingertips are going to walk all the way over towards the left foot. Crescent lunge, inhale the arms up nice and high. Keep working on finding that back bend at the same time as you ground through your feet. If those toes are wiggling like mine, you're going to feel unstable. Again, in the runner's lunge, we lean forward. Lean forward with the pelvic bowl. It's going to put more pressure on the left leg, but that's what we want. That way it gets stronger. Keep internally rotating the right thigh bone. Then the left arm goes back and the right arm comes forward. Now this transition gets a little bit easier where you're going to roll onto the blade of the foot and come into warrior two. Now you can look over that index finger. Everybody breathe and sink a little bit deeper. Peaceful warriors, the right arm comes down. Feel that stretch on the left side body. And then exaggerate it when you straighten the front leg. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. Straight-legged triangle. Lean forward into that left leg. Notice that it comes from the hip flexor. Different schools of thought. That's mine. Open it up. Sliding slowly deeper into the experience. Try to avoid the sensations of any resistance. The right arm's going to come forward. The right hand comes down to the mat one more time. You're in a wide-legged straddle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. And again, exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Walk your fingertips towards the top of the mat. One more crescent lunge. You're going to come up onto the ball of that back foot. Sweep your arms up nice and high. And just like we did up on the last few, we're going to come back into runner's lunge. Learning to engage through the pelvic bowl. We lean forward. Arms are extended out in front of us. This time the hands are going to come down to the mat. We're going to straighten the front leg for an intense forward fold. Lengthening your spine. On the next breath, bend deep into that front leg. Extend your left arm forward and your right arm back. Adjust your back foot. So again, you're going into your warrior two setup. Open it up. You're going to feel that the ischial tuberosity is starting to open up and create some space. Peaceful warriors, the left arm comes down and your right arm comes up towards the sky. Again, straighten your front leg. Straight-legged triangle, reach forward. As you reach forward with that right arm, just like we did on the last set, let the hand get closer and closer and closer towards the floor. Really opening up the front body. Learning how to work with transitions, the secret to any vinyasa practice is the left arm comes forward. As your left hand comes down to the mat, you're going to come into goddess pose. So bring your fingertips out, but turn your heels in. Now sometimes it might feel better to turn your toes out. That'll make the straddle bigger. So learning which transitions are more fruitful for you is always helpful. None of them are wrong. I think that's the most important thing to remember. One more breath here as you sink into it. You'll straighten your legs, turning your heels out. We'll walk our fingertips towards the left foot. One more crescent lunge. You're going to bend the knee. Take your arms up nice and high. Finding the open front body. Realizing that vinyasa is not as intimidating as it may have been in the past. Runner's lunge as the fingertips come forward. And that vinyasa is just about transitions. The hands come down to the mat. We straighten the front leg. The simplicity that sort of happens. Lengthening. One more time, we're going to bend into that front foot. Come back into the runner's lunge where your fingertips are out in front of you. The left arm comes back. Adjust your back foot. Maybe this time you sink a little bit deeper into those legs so you can come right into warrior two. The peaceful warrior as the left arm comes up. Oh, we're going to straighten that leg yet again. Enjoying that front body. Straight-legged triangle as the left arm comes forward. Just feeling the transitions in the simple movements without making them too colorful like my pants. The right hand comes down to the mat. You walk your fingertips to the middle, and then here you are. You're in a wide-legged straddle. Yogi's choice. Are you going to turn your heels in, or are you going to turn your toes out? As you come into goddess pose, right? Don't they say the devil's in the details? Inhale, lengthening, making space between the pelvic bowl, the floating ribs, my collarbone. So you don't want to be rounding here. You want to be lengthening as much as possible. So notice how you're using your hip flexors to your rib cage. One more breath. Straighten your legs. Do you turn your heels out or your toes back in as you lengthen your spine? Walk your fingertips one more time towards the top of the mat. Have the right foot meet the left foot. You're in downward facing dog. Again, noticing that as you walk your feet out, there's a real simplicity to it. We'll lower the knees down to the ground. As you do that, sit between your heels as you come into shoelace. Another great transition. We'll inhale the arms up nice and high. And then exhale, fold, coming forward. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, keep softening. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, keep softening. One more breath. Just as you came into this, you're going to come out. So start to think about rocking right into tabletop position. Unwind your legs, tabletop. Take your right leg back. Place it behind the left knee. Roll yourself all the way back. One more time, shoelace. A lot of times when I'm creating a sequence, inhale, arms all up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. I've already considered all the transitions. Lengthening. So now you know a few secrets to the transitions. All you have to do is apply them. Exhale, fold. And your practice will get softer. And just as we did earlier, you're going to lean forward into your tabletop. Release your knees. You can sit on your heels, which is a great stretch. Walk your fingertips back. Lift the right knee up off the ground so it gets a stretch through the top of the foot, the ankle, the shin. Lower the knee down. We'll do the other side. The left leg's going to come up. Same thing. And on the next breath, lower that knee down to the ground. As you come forward, cross your ankles and then roll back so you're in a comfortable seat. From here, we're going to close our eyes, draw our attention inward, and sort of explore the subtleties of the physical body. Asana is about connecting with the third chakra on an organic level. Many of the movements are associated to animals, to nature. So as we close this class, let's connect with what it feels like to be connected with nature. You can think about your family pets. Right now in Florida, chickens are really popular, so maybe you connect with any farm animals in your backyard. We have a large amount of insects and snakes and alligators also in our backyards. So there's all kinds of different things we can connect to when it comes to nature. And let's just be wild and crazy today, and instead of seeing those things as inconveniences, but as a part of our family. Namaste, yogis. Namaste.